Here are various examples of turning right at traffic lights, and the differences between them. The easiest being when we have the right filter arrow. This means we should be able to turn without having to give way to oncoming traffic, as they will be on a red light. Here are the road markings to show us we can start moving over to the right-hand lane. The lights are turning green, but we don't have a filter arrow, so oncoming traffic is likely to be on a green light too. You saw them streaming past. Now our lane is starting to proceed. We now see that we have a green filter arrow as well as the normal green light, again meaning oncoming traffic will be on a red light as soon as our filter arrow comes on. So, we can make the turn. In this one, the traffic light sequence is very unusual. These lights are for going ahead. We have our traffic lights for turning right, the green arrow overrides the red, so we should proceed. But now our lights are changing, the green arrow is replaced with a normal green light, meaning we need to be ready to give way to oncoming traffic if they start to move, as their lights are turning green. Luckily it seems they had a couple of seconds delay before their lights went green. They did start to move off as soon as they were out of camera shot. This is the same junction as the previous clip, but from a different direction. Let's see if we get the green arrow or not. Looking here for traffic to give way to, if we don't have the filter arrow, and there isn't anyone waiting there. So, let's turn. More red lights, these though are just repeater lights. They aren't for us. If we needed to stop at these, there would have to be another stop line just here. Remember the previous clip, these were the same traffic lights highlighted in that one for traffic coming from that direction. Repeater lights are usually used so those who are first in the queue can see the lights more easily. In this clip, we'll get a green filter arrow, but then we'll have separate giveaway lines soon after. Here are the giveaway lines. We need to give way to anyone coming out of this junction here, as it is not controlled by traffic lights, so be observant, don't just assume a green arrow is a free pass to not have to look elsewhere. Here, we'll have to give way to oncoming traffic, as we don't have the arrow. There are some handy road markings to show us where to wait. Looking here to see when we have a big enough gap in the traffic to turn, without forcing others to slow, stop, swerve or swear. Also, look to see if they start to slow down and stop for their lights turning red. We have a gap now, we'll go. Similar to the previous clip, you want to position yourself to see around, in this case, the taxi, looking for oncoming traffic without going into their lane. So, here's our limit, as to how far we can move across to the right. Now our traffic lights are turning red, which means the traffic lights for oncoming traffic are also turning red, and they should begin to slow down and stop, allowing us to go. We should clear the junction as we are already past our stop line, which was just before the first set of lights. Here, there are no markings in the middle to show us where to wait, so we should wait just before the point where we would start steering into the junction, but also allowing oncoming traffic room to get through. The black car is signaling, and we have time to slot in behind the red one if we are quick, before the next car. In the next clip, vehicles can go ahead from this lane opposite us, and it's directly in line with ours. The red circles show the path vehicles would take if going ahead from that lane, so we should wait around the green dot. So sometimes, you may need to hold back further, to keep out of the way of oncoming traffic. Similar for this one, although this time it's busy. People from the lane highlighted yellow can go ahead and right, the lane highlighted blue, left only. We can't commit too far to the right, past here, in case people from the blue lane are going ahead. A couple of cars in a row are helpfully signaling, and we can see through the gaps enough that the yellow lane is clear long enough for us to clear the junction. In this one we have the green arrow, but careful, the exit from the garage isn't traffic light controlled. Even though we don't have give-way lines, people could still pull out in front of us from there. Filter arrow to the left simply means we can turn left, but still look out for emergency vehicles and others jumping the lights.